Hey guys, this is Tim from Live Your Freedom, and I'm going to talk to you about how I went from working 9 hours a day and getting paid $8 an hour as a barista, making coffees, to actually running a business, making over $100,000 as an online coach, just using my own social media and just using my own talents. I needed no money, I didn't pay any money in ads, I needed no investments, but I made this money. And I'm going to talk to you about how I did it. And the reason I'm going to talk to you is because I'm so passionate about this. There's this big misconception that either you have to go the route of getting a college degree and getting a 9-to-5 job and working for the man and waiting for someone else to pay you and give you promotions, or you have to have this big investment and go out and try to start a business with all this overhead and you have all this money that you spent in the business and it could go very, very wrong. But what most people don't realize is that they have something that I call a quantum online business. A quantum online business right at their fingertips that they could have in seconds. And I literally mean in seconds. You can create this just by reaching out to someone and having a conversation online. Just by writing down what it is that you're good at. Just by writing down what your skills are and then finding a way to attach monetary value to those skills. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my journey going from being a guy who was working that 9-to-5. I actually had 2 jobs. Worked in a cafe selling coffees in the morning, and then I also worked at a clothing store called Uniqlo, and I was a guy there working at the desk and working as a sales associate. So I went from that to, in less than 4 years, running my own quantum online business. And this is where I was making 6 figures a year, like $100,000 a year, coaching people on what it is that I was good at. And for me, that niche started off as dating. Now what I teach, what I help people with is how to actually create freedom online and leave the job they don't like, where they're making money but they don't like it, by becoming an online coach and by creating their own brand. So I'm going to teach you exactly how I did that. And I want you to go all the way through this video and listen through the whole video, because at the end, I'm going to give you a badass exercise that you can actually use right now, even if you don't have a business, even if you've never coached anyone in your life. I'm going to give you a really good exercise that's going to help you figure out what path you need to take to step out of the 9-to-5 lifestyle where you're waiting for someone to pay you and where you can create your own full-fledged, fully earning business online. I'll give you a really badass exercise that you can use. So I want you to stick around for that. Let's get into the video. So as I sit here with my avocado friend here, we'll call him Quantum Avocado. What I want to do is talk to you about how to hijack the system. And it's something that we teach called hijacking the system. And hijacking the system means that instead of playing by the rules that are dictated to you in society, that are dictated to you by the system, you hijack that system and you use the tools that you have immediately to help you get ahead and to gain an advantage. There's someone that I follow, I forget if it's Joe Rogan or Sam Harris who said this, but they say social media is the biggest social experiment that we haven't been prepared for. Something along those lines. One of those guys says that quote, and I think it's really, really true. And a lot of people see social media as only a negative, right? We see social media as, oh, we either have to stay off social media or it ruins lives and stuff. And there's definitely truth to that. But one thing that we don't realize is that the internet gives you the ability to connect with more people than ever. I've seen clients of ours, I've seen friends of mine go from working 9-to-5s in a specific location, having to go into the same job every day, work with the same people, deal with the same asshole boss, or deal with projects that they're not bought into, to literally a month later quitting that job because they made the right connections online using Facebook, using Instagram, using LinkedIn, and built up a small but loyal network of people that were willing to invest in them and give them money for whatever it is that they were good at. Now, a lot of people, when they hear build a business, when they think I'm going to start a business, what they think is I need a big investment. right? Or they think that I need to take out a loan from the bank so I can start. But the best way to start a business and to find freedom, and all the people that are running the world, they're all business owners. If you think about this, the people you work for, who are making the most money are business owners. The people that are athletes are not running the world. They're not. They have a voice on social media, but they're not the people who are running the world. You look at athletes, you look at the people that are doctors and lawyers. They're doing well, but they're all helping business owners. The people that rule the world are business owners. The people that make things happen and make the world go round, as it were, are creators. And this is not on a different scale. It's not like you have to be Mark Zuckerberg in order for you to be a creator, in order for you to influence people. You can influence people in your circle. For example, we just started this new channel. I built a channel before that got almost 10,000 subscribers, and we have this now starting from scratch, from the very beginning. But it's still my circle of influence. So hijacking the system means that you don't have to rely on the tools that you're told you need to use, and instead you rely on what you immediately have. An example of this would be leveraging social media as a tool to connect with people, share what your value is, whether that's you're really good at fitness and you could potentially be a really good fitness trainer, whether that's you're good at music and you could be helping people there, whether it's you've overcome depression or anxiety, or you've overcome addiction in your life, or you're great at dating, or you understand numbers and finances really well, or you're great at mindset, you have a great winning mindset, or you're really good at getting jobs and actually getting 9-to-5s and working on your resume. There's an endless list of possibilities. And if you understand how to communicate what your skill is and share it in a clear, concise, and repeatable way with people on social media and online, and I'm talking about direct conversations where you reach out, now you're one step closer to unlocking freedom and hijacking the system. This is the game. This is how you play the game. It's very interesting, and by the game, I mean the game of business, the game of life, the game of achieving your own terms of success. Because again, what we're all doing is, and I was in this too, it's you go to school, you get the piece of paper after spending money in school, and maybe you don't take on a bunch of debt. Not everyone has that, but some people do. You take on debt, you spend money in school, and then you go and try to find someone that's gonna validate that piece of paper and give you a steady check for a fixed amount of money for you giving up 7 to 10 hours of your time per day for 5 days a week. But there's no growth there. You can get a promotion, right? And maybe you'll be lucky to be in a company that has a good culture, but your chances of actually growing, your chances of actually finding freedom where you can work wherever you want, where you can travel however you want, where you can go around in the world and meet amazing people while living a lifestyle from this, which is where I make all my money from. The job and the 9-to-5 lifestyle doesn't get you there. Now again, there's benefits to this, and this isn't for everyone, and this is why this channel even won't attract everyone. Most people will be turned off by these kind of videos. Most people will say this isn't for me. But for the group, the specific niche of people who this is for, the specific group of people that this is for, you're working a job, and maybe it's a job that's paid you well, and you've been provided for, and you have a certain path in that job, but you just feel like there's another level of freedom you can access. You just want that extra block of income. Understanding how to hijack the system and use social media and connecting with others as your primary mode for actually making income, or at least a side income is how you get started. That's the step to freedom, right? It's called monetizing your value. And what I want to do, I'll let you go, and I'm going to give you an exercise. But before I give you the exercise, I want you to have a very clear visual on what freedom is. What does it mean to have freedom when it comes to business, when it comes to you working on your own terms? To me, freedom means is that wherever I make my money, that place I'm making my money doesn't control my location. However I'm making my money, that doesn't control how much time I have to put in necessarily to make that money. That's what I've seen in my business. I'm sitting here and I live in Budapest right now, and we're here in a beautiful apartment that I have in Budapest, Hungary. And the only reason I'm able to live here, and my wife is here, and we have a great relationship here, the only reason I could do this effectively and seamlessly is because I have the freedom location. It's because I'm not tied into, I have to show up at this place at this time, or hope I get the promotion that lets me work remote. I can actually control where I work, I can control where I live, because I have built a quantum business. I've built the business on my terms. So I'm gonna give you an exercise that I want you to do that's gonna really, really help you. And I'm gonna actually coach you on this in the comments below. You can go ahead and put it in the comments below. If you were to help someone today with something and they were gonna pay you for it, what would that be? If you today had to help someone do something and they would pay you to help them, they would pay you, they'd give you cash for it, what is it that you would do? And the second thing I'm going to ask you is, that person that you would help, that exact person, that person that you could help change their life and they would pay for you, and you know you could do it, you know you could. Maybe you're not fully confident in that, but you feel it inside. You feel, you know what, I have value, I could definitely contribute and help some people. Where does that person live on the internet? Where are they? Where do they exist online? Are they in Facebook groups? What kind of Instagram pages do they follow? What do they look like? How old are they? What's their ethnicity? Are they married? Are they single? I want you in the comment section below to go ahead and write that down. I want you to go tell me exactly what it is, and I'm gonna give you some coaching on it in the comments of this YouTube video. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to go ahead and put that in the comments below. I want you to go ahead and subscribe so that you can join us on our mission in life mentoring, and I will see you on the next video. Here's a closer look at Quantum Avocado.
One more time, got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate, celebrate and dance so free. One more time, this got me feeling so free.